Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, King Deal, Lord Frey, Grim Clover, Internet Blood Sports, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. And here we are with a video bitching about a recent Nintendo Direct. Yeah, I myself have not been paying super close attention to reactions from YouTubers lately. There's been a handful of things. I was expecting a much bigger backlash to Splatoon 3, actually, but most people seem to be eating that shit up. So I don't. I was surprised. Like Josh Thomas released statements about how disappointed he was, but that motherfucker is disappointed about everything. So imagine my surprise when I stumble across this video from someone known as the PlayStation Gamer with 9 views talking about like Pokemon Gen 9, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which are going to be some of the most successful games this year. They're probably going to be the best-selling games all year long this year, considering Call of Duty sales have like tanked. So I'm curious like what this guy has to say. So let's go ahead and check this out.
What's up, gamers? This is that PlayStation Gamer coming at you guys with a brand new video. Oh boy! So yesterday they had a Pokemon Direct kind of thing, and for the most part, it's stuff you expected. But hey, they finally showed more of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Oh dear God, no! Just oh.
What is this guy talking about? This game looks great. Like I have no problems with this game visually, with the design, with like the direction they're going in. Honestly, I fully expect this to be the best gen since like Gen 5. Honestly, this looks like a really good step forward for the franchise. Legends Arceus was one of my favorite games of this year. It probably will end up being my game of the year, assuming that Splatoon 3 is isn't like mind blowingly good, right? I think this is going to be a phenomenal game, and this guy, I wonder if his opinion on this game is based on the fact that it's a Nintendo exclusive. That's the impression I get by seeing this guy's exaggerated reaction.
Oh, Nintendo, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Nintendo doesn't make these games; it's the
I know
Pokemon
I'm a
company.
PlayStation
Uh, Nintendo doesn't make these games; Game Freak does.
centric channel, but I have nostalgia, towards Pokemon because obviously I grew
Awesome,
up in the
fucking awesome.
2000s and the freaking 90s.
I actually didn't watch the direct because I don't watch like dedicated game directs, right? Like I like going into these things blind. This looks fucking awesome. Let's be real. Like look at this Marie.
And all that good stuff. But like, I just wow, I'm kind of like shocked by like how low quality this game looks. Now, don't get me wrong. There are parts where I was like, hey, it didn't look super bad. But once they go into that open world, oh boy, did I just see things that are like just unacceptable. Like, if I was paying $60.
This is the sort of person who defends stuff like Horizon Forbidden West and God of War. Like that's the kind of person we're dealing with. Oh man, it's not ultra realistic, so it's not a real game. What a dork.
For this game, I'd be going to fucking Nintendo like, yo, Nintendo, um, where the fuck is my money? Where's the $60 I paid? Because I want my money back, bitch. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the things they did show off in this whole thing didn't look like super bad, like the battling, but I'm talking about like the open world. Like, this is just an ongoing problem with Pokemon games. It's like the battles themselves don't inherently look bad. Some parts can actually look good, but it's like the open world, the exploring parts, they just cannot, for the life of them, get done right. I mean, like Pokemon Legends Arceus also had a bit of this problem. Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Arceus is probably one of the better open world games I've played. in the sense that where like it actually tries to like innovate and do stuff a little bit differently because you're exploring the environment looking for Pokemon, right? Like it's different than what other open world games does have done in the past. I yeah, Legends Arceus was fantastic. I don't know why this guy is pretending like it's not.
Shield definitely had this problem. No, infamously bring up the trees of Pokemon Sword and Shield. This looks like it's a little better. Like it's just a tiny bit better, but not enough where I would be like, hey, I will slap $60 on that. And like the new Pokemon they've shown so far, I was also really not impressed by. Oh wow, look, a fire, water, starter, a fire, freaking grass, and a water type. Wow, so original. And look at Pooper there. Yes, look.
Who who the fuck bitches? I never understood this when it comes to like non Pokemon fans. Who the fuck bitches about you being given a choice between fire, water, and grass types at the beginning of every Pokemon game? Like who the fuck cares? Like a lot of Pokemon evolve into like having a second type, right? Like you catch other types of Pokemon when you want variety in your teams. Like it's just a traditional thing in the world of Pokemon. Fire, grass, and water starters. Like there's nothing weird about that. There's nothing there's nothing like there's nothing underwhelming about having like a standard for what you can expect when it comes to like what Pokemon you can choose at the beginning of the game. Like imagine if you went out and like Professor Oak just gives you like a Mewtwo and then like you stop the entire game with it. Like it doesn't work like that.
At Pooper Whooper, because that's what this game is. It's poop. It's a nice big pile of poop on top of everything. Yes, you guys, guess what? They finally have co-op in Pokemon. Finally, we kind of have like that almost dream Pokemon MMO. Guess what though? Guarantee this game's gonna run like dog shit. And I don't know what it is. And maybe this is an artistic choice of theirs, but something about the Pokemon themselves just look a little off. Like it looks like they want to go for like high res, models, but they don't. Like they take a halfway step. But I'm gonna say this much, and this is why this is just why I can't support Nintendo. This is why I can't
No,
support the.
he can't support Nintendo. Oh no, there's not a single Nintendo game he would support. There's not a single Nintendo game he likes. Like Breath of the Wild, fuck that shit. Triangle Strategy, fuck that shit. Legends Arceus, fuck that shit. Kirby, fuck that shit. I really need to stop cursing so much. But you know what I mean, right? Like everything Nintendo does is bad. Like they are the worst video game company in the world. I would never support them.
Nintendo Switch, much as I would love to be able to chance to, play brand new Pokemon games and all that shit, it just looks so dated at this point. And I know Nintendo's games are about the gameplay, they're about the experiences, but it's like, you still have to see this stuff. And oh god, I actually forgot about this part, the terrain thing they put in here. This looks so fucking cheap. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks graphically it looks okay, but it's like, oh hey, just put a chandelier on top of this fire type Pokemon. All fire types will have that, and all of them will have their like special little things. Just like can we just go back to Mega Evolutions, please? Mega Evolutions, that was actually cool. No, we don't get to go back to that. We don't actually get to go back to something that was cool to look at. No, I just got a giant crystal on their head. Cause yeah,
I'm a fan of Mega Evolutions myself, so
yay! Pokemon! No matter what, this shit will sell like hotcakes because it's Pokemon. Am I also the only one that's feeling like this is my honest opinion here? Am I the only one that feels like Pokemon has just kind of it's been over milked lately? Like I'm not trying to sit here and say like the games have been inherently bad, but it's like we have so many Pokemon games coming out. We just this year alone, it's crazy. It's like, do we really need a new generation this soon? Just asking the question. So, yeah. But yeah, my overall thoughts on the new Pokemon games are it's Pokemon. It will be a turn-based combat, and yeah, it's a thing that people like to play. And hey, if you like this, all power to you. But no, I can't get into this. This is just I am so glad I gave up on Pokemon after like God, I would say Sword and Shield. Really, it was like the Sword and Shield was like kind of the breaking point for me because I was like, yeah, this is kind of proof. Nintendo doesn't really give a shit about making their games look good. They don't care about frame rates and all that stuff. I know, yeah, again, all this stuff is, you know, everyone has their own priorities, and that's perfectly fine. But it's like, I just can't get over the fact that Pokemon has been, it's one of the most successful IPs in the world. And yet, their games still look like they're at least 2 generations behind. I just wish Nintendo actually had hardware that, well, may not matter.
Blame the hardware. Like again, you see these people do this all the time, where like they have this idea that like, oh man, it's the hardware's fault, but that's obviously not the case. Like not when it comes to Pokemon, and not when it comes to any other game on Nintendo Switch. Like if a game doesn't look good, it's not the hardware, it's the developer. But like this game does look good. I'm super hyped for it.
Matches the standard right now with PS5 and Series consoles. At least was like on Xbox One, PS4 level. This feels like they're almost there, but just maybe it's also a Game Freak problem. I don't know. But until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer signing.
Guy didn't make a single adequate point talking about his concerns with the game. Like he just spent 10 minutes bitching about the alleged lack of visual quality in spite of like clearly being a step up from Sword and Shield, in spite of having like lots of cool interesting mechanics, despite being a follow-up to Legends Arceus, which was fantastic. Like what exactly was underwhelming about this trailer? I have no idea. In fact, I am probably going to go out and buy a copy of this game right now.